Alright, we're recording. So, since RPNow will block my use of the webcam and my ability to do this as a screen share, instead I'm just going to record myself doing it over my shoulder. You guys see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to log in as I normally would to Blackboard, and you should be able to follow along. I'm going to go down to the course we're all enrolled in, which is 4197. And what's going to happen is you're going to click on Take RPNow Exams. Once that loads, it's going to direct you to our course, and the only exam available will be the practice exam here, and you click the begin button to start. It's going to come up with the verify information block. It should have your name, your email address, and your username. If it doesn't have this correct, you definitely want to update that. It should auto guess that from your Blackboard login. And then you'll get the almost there note, which I think I've captured in my document. And then it's going to bring you over to the download software. You need to do this each time. You will not be able to use RPNow once and keep installing. It's a custom build. You'll choose download. If you're on a Mac, it looks like this. It's a 76.9 megabyte file, and it's completed. I'll go ahead and install. The install always works on a Mac or a PC the same way. It'll take just a second to finish. And there it goes. The install usually fires to the back of the screen, but you can bring it back up. It will show you that it completed. It's now going to bring you to the PSI Secure Browser, as it's called, which is RPNow Secure Sandbox. And it's going to ask me, it's showing me now on the video from the webcam. Again, I have the wired one. It's using that webcam. If you have more than one camera available, they'll be listed. And I'm using the built-in microphone, or I can use the microphone in this case from the webcam. Has a high-quality microphone as well. I'll choose that. As I talk, it says, yep, microphone's working. And then you continue through the dialogue. And again, this will be persistent throughout the exam. You'll see this interface. I'm going to enter in the school email. Choose take my exam, and it's reminding me which one I'm taking. You should always pay careful note to this. EMSE 4197 exam practice exam. If you're enrolled in more than one class, and we will be as doctorate students, you'll want to make sure you're choosing the right one. Choose next, and then it gives you some pre-exam advisories, things you're going to need. You're going to need your ID. I have one handy because you're going to need it, you won't do any browsing on your machine. Choose next. So it sees I'm running something it doesn't like. I don't know what is running that it doesn't like. I could probably guess down in the taskbar. It could be a couple things like messages. I'll quit it manually myself. Obviously, if I'm using my RPNow config like I talked about in class, my machine, this is not the machine I take exams from typically. So I'll say terminate the application. I don't know which application had messages. That's what it was. I didn't read right. So now messages is terminated. Should not auto restart. You'll get these pass messages, which will indicate you can proceed. If you continue to have red boxes, red checks, you're gonna have a problem. Choose next. It's now building the sandbox environment. It's gonna ask me for an ID. I'm gonna hold up my GW ID. And then take the photo. You have to check the box saying, yeah, that's definitely me. Confirm it. Now it wants the room scan. Traditionally, I'll take the webcam off the back of the machine, and I'll start the scan. You have about 45 seconds, and I'll say, hello, RPNow. This is to my right. That's the world to my left. That's the world above me. This is the world below. There's the area underneath my desk. This is my desktop surface. This is where I'll have my notes page if I'm allowed to have scrap paper or notes. I'll show them here. I'll then put the camera back over the back of my my machine squaring up on me, and I'll stop the room scan. It then replays it for me. If I have my audio up, I think I even hear the sound to it. It'll actually re-show me the room scan. Right. I'm going to confirm, yes, I definitely did it. You have to watch the whole thing. It won't go until you're finished. And then once I'm done, it'll say, I can confirm it. I confirm it. It's now going to take a photo of me. It takes a user photo every time you use it. So I'm going to say take a photo. It does a countdown. Here we go. There's my user photo. I'm going to confirm it. I didn't click the checkbox. There it goes. And now you got to pay special attention to this note. It tells you you're going to have 3 minutes to start the exam. You're going to navigate to the Blackboard environment. Remember, I told you you need to know your Blackboard login. And then you take the exam and you hit finish when you're done. I said okay to that. And it is now going to begin building. There's Blackboard. Just like you would normally log in. I've got 3 minutes. Remembering the right password for the student account. And it brings me into Blackboard. I'm still on my countdown. Special note, insert exam password is listed. And we're going to try this out. I'm going to head over to the 4197 site. I'm going to head over, again, it would normally appear in test. Dr. Sarkani will put it in test. So I'm going to head over to assignments. Practice exam. The instructions are, it can be taken multiple times. I go ahead and choose begin. And here we go, insert exam password. This is the step where nearly every one of my students gets tripped up that doesn't know RPNow. Let's try this. I'm going to click on the insert exam password, and bingo, it dropped the password in. No amount of trying on your part will work unless you do insert exam password. Choose submit. This would take me into the exam. There's only one question, and Dr. Sarkani has given us this little display here. I am inside the countdown. I don't know if it's showing it to me, but I'm definitely inside. So this is a exam that doesn't end. Dr. Sarkani didn't put a time on this in RPNow, I don't think. So normally there'd be a countdown clock somewhere up in the top display. It's been a while since I've done it as a student. They've added my little video thumbprint in there, which is nice. But there'll be a countdown that will inform me I'm running out of time or however much time left. I think the policy is 3 hours for everybody. So it's asking me to calculate, what was the question here? I lost the question. I saw it a second ago. Yeah, there it is. Find the derivative f of x equals 7. That's a constant, so the answer is 0. He's doing a type in here. I'll save and submit. And then RPNow reminds you the submission is confirmation. Click cancel to return. Once you do this, it's point of no return in a normal exam. You say OK. And the exam's closed. This is what you'll see at the close of an exam. You'll see this information. It was saved and submitted. Here's the timestamp that it happened. And then if it says OK to review the results, it means that you can, in fact, look at the answer that you gave. Since it was a fill-in, it doesn't automatically grade it, but it's showing you the question and reports need grading. If Dr. Sarkani does multiple choice, you'll see the multiple choices spelled out and answered if he chooses to show you the correct answers, or you may have to wait till it's done. It depends on his policy. So the exam's now done, and under assignments, the exam would show completed as it would under tests. So that's the RPNow experience. When you're done, you close RPNow, and RPNow will show you that install box you had before, and then it automatically loads a survey, which you can take. It's totally optional. It'll load a survey asking you how much you love the experience. It looks like it's trying to load a couple of them. And if you just don't care, you close this and move it to the always move it to the trash. You will have to install RPNow for every single exam without exception. You can't reuse it. I've had students try. It's custom built for your exam with information you need. And again, if you're bored and you want to take the survey and talk about how awesome it was, you can certainly do that. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video and wish everybody a lot of luck.